morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, January 18th. OPEX Friday is tomorrow. It is 10 minutes before 4 a.m. over there on the East Coast, just coming on 5 p.m. over here for me. And yes, as you can see down at the bottom, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Love it. So, not going to waste too much time because today, pretty much today, it's do or dump. Period. The end. Yesterday, 47.14.82, the lows of the day. The 17 consecutive trading sessions without a minus 1% move has been checkmarked. And it did it very elegantly. As for our credit spreads, the risky 47.30, 47.35 puts closed at 47.39.21. They were 250 when I put them out. It was so fucking slow yesterday. I literally nodded off, laying on the floor, cold tile floors, watching everything go on because it was so slow. I nodded off and I missed that 47.14.82 bottom, which would have been a hell of a lot better than 250 credit, because yesterday, again, a 26 and a almost 27 point gap down, and we couldn't even trade 30 points. And yet again, we closed above the open on the SPX. More significantly, we closed above the open both yesterday and on Tuesday over on the NASDAQ. And that is why I am going with this do or dump. And today's the day where it's got to take place, because if it doesn't, we all know the trend. They crush the VIX on Fridays, and you got one hell of a fucking VIX to crush. So, going to go over here real quick because, as I shared there on Tuesday, it's a very blah earnings week. Goldman Sachs avoided it for the right reasons. And as you see, Goldman Sachs has been complete nothing. Today is Taiwan Semiconductor. And a lot of people have this belief that Taiwan Semiconductor reporting earnings is going to have anything to fucking do with NVIDIA or AMD. Well, I hate to burst your fucking bubble, but looking here at a 5-year weekly candle and seeing how we're literally trading here roughly about 40 points away from the all-time highs on Taiwan Semiconductor, Taiwan Semiconductor has absolutely nothing to do with NVIDIA or AMD. So, real quick glance yesterday, looked like oh shit. Looked like oh shit. And over there on yesterday, you got your VIX. Oh my God, look at this VIX. We broke 1410. Oh my God, we broke 1451 with the gap up. Oh my God, we're up here in the 15s. And what did the bears do? What did the bears do? They couldn't find the fucking window that was open, and instead they're trying to crawl through this little tiny fucking hole. And that was why all we got was this insignificant little blip of a, hey guys, okay. You want a minus 1%? Do you want a minus 1% day? Okay, we're going to give you a minus 1% day. Here you go. Here's your minus 1% day. Now shut up and go back in your hole. And that's pretty much what you got there. An elegantly placed minus 1% close 20 points above minus 1%. And here we are going absolutely nowhere overnight. I will go on to the overnight right now. This is a look at the ES. The ES is dead flat. Dead, flat, zero, dead, flat, zero, dead. Nothing. Having had these minus 30-point moves down overnight over the past couple of days. Come over onto the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ is up 15 points, which might as well be dead as well. But more significantly, because we use the NASDAQ in multiple ways, QQQ right now, come on, baby, load up. QQQ hugging right on that 408.51, right on it. And if the if bulls are gonna go ahead and start tightening down the screw, a break above that 408.51 to get back into that 411 rejection area is what's going to be required. So because everything is in QQQ, that right there is what we are watching very closely. Over on the NQ, as you can see, it's roughly 16,950, roughly where 408.50 is. So that's what you're working with right now. And again, coming over here, looking at the YM just fading slowly onto the downside with very, very little aggression, still in this big, wide, zoomed out view of this 37,500, 38,000, still in this box that we have been in now for 1 month. So all comes on to the VIX, because again, here on the VIX, I will have to zoom out to get the actual date. So we've got to go to a 90-day, and we've got to come over here onto November the 9th. So we come out here and we move our time frames to November the 9th, and we'll go with the 2 hours so we can see it all. And here was our November the 9th. And coincidentally, that November the 9th just so happened to be that it was also on a Thursday. And we go back and check, what was November 9th? November 9th was having had 8 consecutive green closes in a row. They turned around on November 9th and said, hey guys, we're going to break your safe edge down on the bottom side, but we're not going to give you that minus 1%. We had 43.94 was your minus 1% level. Sorry, 43.38 was the minus 1% level. 43.38.95, they came down to 43.94. Multiple times during the course of this run, we have had very, very close visits down to minus 1%. Never got it. Today or yesterday, you took the minus 1% out. So where does it leave us? It leaves us here with this. And I will bring these guys out into full view. What I'm looking at here is I am looking at the week to date from the open on this week to where we are right now. QQQ 411. Perfect, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous place to be getting short, looking for that move back down to 408.51, having had closed above 409 3 days in a row, except for yesterday. Now you can look at this and say that is a bear fucking flag right there. Rejecting at 408.51, 408.71, everything looks like, oh my God, this is actually going to be bearish. Well, we will need it today, because today is do or dump. It definitely is. Now, coming on to the weak fucking redheaded stepchild with freckles and big fucking Coke bottle glasses, afro fucking curly hair, pale white, Russell 2000. This bitch is weak, but yesterday, it was a hell of a lot better than any of the other indexes, having posted that bottom very early in the morning and just faded itself upwards to the upside. So little bit of respect, a tiny little bit of respect needs to be given, because the Russell 2000 typically will show you strength before anything else will. So do or dump, that's today. And here we are looking over at the SPX from yesterday. Well below the 5-day moving average, never even touched the 20-day moving average, rejected right there at that near 20-day or 10-day moving average as we broke 40.42, We needed to break 47.46 to get up into that 46.56 to get up over there into that 47.65 to fill the gap. And you know what? Tim doesn't have his gap drawn. You bad boy, you. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Color code your charts, people. Do your homework, color code your charts. And I want to go back to, when was it? 16? Yeah, 16. And make it, 16 o'clock just to be, religious about it. And we will stretch this out because we don't know how long it's going to take to fill. So there you go. That's your gap. That's your gap to be filled somewhere around 47.65. So it's close enough. But then again, we had that little dip going in there to 2 o'clock. Here we're going to go give you your -1%, and then just boom, 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 right back up, right back to that 47.42, and then close right below it. 47.42 is your 50 retracement of this massive 120-point range that we have for the month of January. It is just enormous. And then you come over here and you look at your SPY, and your SPY is same thing. You had your drop, -470. 470 puts went in the money late in the day, did not track them. Actually, we'll go look that up right now as to what they would have done because I closed mine at a very fractional loss. 240119, put 170 yesterday. Oh, can't start with that. So up 2 points. There we go. And I have something wrong. I'm putting in 170. There is no 170. It's 470. So yeah, they made it up to $1.87 up there on the actual dip. I would have made 21 cents if I timed it perfectly. I saw a window to get out because I didn't like the VIX being where it was. So again, we all come back on to where our VIX is, and our VIX does not look nice. And the reason I say that the VIX does not look nice is this is way too much, way too quick, and the window that was supposed to be opening is open. There's no question about that. But it is very, very, very easy for them to slam that door shut and slam that VIX back down into these gaps. So be very, very well aware of that. Be very, very cautious about it. And as we here we are right now. Oh, here we go. 4 o'clock, everything just opened. Here, we'll look at a 1 minute removed studies. And here we go. 1 minute chart. NVIDIA gap up. AMD gap up. Where's Apple that has banned their iWatches? Apple. Fractional little gap up, looking a little bit better. You guys that took those calls, hey man, I applaud you because it did look very nice. Looked like a very nice trade to take. And here's Microsoft looking at it with and we've got a massive gap up over here on Microsoft. So again, guys, the window is there. They can very easily shut this door down on this -80, -90 point drop that we've got from 4802 and completely shut the door down. And we go back up into that 47.65 today, back up to the end of the world, 47.78 today. So be looking for the upside, but you're going to pay a price if you're playing zero DTEs because with a 15 VIX, 14 plus 50 VIX, it ain't going to be cheap. So see you guys in the chat room, and I hope you enjoyed today's morning video.